Hello again to another Agakala reaction. Today we will be watching why the USA is flooding an entire valley and it's coming from megabuilds. I don't think I ever watched anything from them, but let's just jump into it, learn about the valley, what valley, where is it, and why. It's an important question, I think.
It's not every day you hear about a project so ambitious it plans to fill an entire valley with water.
I mean, that's what usually happens with dams,
And
isn't
it's
it?
so massive it'll take 3 years to complete. But why is this happening, and what makes it so urgent? Let's find out.
Where is
The
it though?
Chimney Hollow Reservoir is the largest dam to be constructed in the United States in the last 20 years. Located in the foothills of
I mean, it's kind of interesting because I think I watched made reaction about them taking down some dams, and now they're building here.
of Loveland, Colorado. This massive project is designed to solve one of the region's biggest challenges, delivering water to the rapidly growing communities along the Front Range. Most of Colorado's water comes from the Rocky Mountains to the west, while the majority of its population lives to the east. Chimney Hollow bridges this gap, ensuring a steady supply of water for about 500,000 residents across 12 northeastern Colorado communities. With the population expected to double by 2050, this project is more urgent than ever. It all started over 20 years ago, when water planners identified the need for additional storage to support northern Colorado's growing population. The Chimney Hollow site was chosen for its minimal environmental impact, lack of endangered species, and proximity to existing water infrastructure.
Okay.
In 2004, Northern Water and Larimer County jointly purchased the 3,500-acre property from Hewlett-Packard for $3.8 million, with nearly $1 million coming from Great Outdoors Colorado lottery money. Hewlett-Packard had originally planned to use it as a retreat center before abandoning the idea. After years of environmental studies, legal challenges, and community debates, construction finally began in August 2021. Now nearing completion, the project is on track to open in 2025, promising to deliver a reliable water source for decades to come.
Okay. So, like I've said, it's kind of interesting that they decided to do. I mean, it's not because depending where they are, isn't it? Some of those dams that they were built and they're taking them down, they were just built like 100 something years ago, they don't do their job anymore. So it's one thing, I guess. The other thing is as well, obviously, a lot of people kind of moving into less populated areas because of the cost of living. And a lot of those people can do their jobs remotely. They don't have to be in the office or in the place. So it's cheaper there. It's cheaper for buying the houses, the housing, and in general, the life is cheaper. So that's a lot of people goes there. But in general, I think even if people are not moving there, the communities are growing because people are having children. Things like that. So it's nothing unusual that it's like that. And the other thing is as well, the water is not going to just kind of get itself to all of the residents, isn't it? You kind of have to take care of that too, so that's it. And yeah, so... Oh, that's what is this? Planned date night? Open table. Oh, okay, never mind. Guess it was something that I didn't expect to see, but I kind of got hungry now just watching that they're showing really tasty food. So let's just go back because its ad's actually finished.
The Chimney Hollow Reservoir is a massive project with a $690 million investment, which includes $570 million for the dam and $150 million for improvements to water infrastructure on the western slope. Once completed, it will provide 90,000 acre-feet of water storage
100
and improvements to water infrastructure on the western
100 600
which includes
okay.
$570 million for the dam and $150 million for improvements to water infrastructure on the western slope. Once completed, it will provide 90,000 acre-feet of water storage and cover a surface area of 740 acres with a maximum depth of 330 feet. at 350 feet tall and 3,000...
I wonder if while they were planning the whole infrastructure all around it as well. They're kind of making it like a touristy area, if you know what I mean. Like, just basically make it some bit more income as well. I'm presuming they do, because obviously it's kind of like that now.
700 feet long, it features a hydraulic asphalt core, a rarity in the US, making it only the second of its kind in the country.
The Chimney Hollow dam is only one of two in the U.S. right now that has an asphalt core and rock-fill shell. So there's over 200 of these worldwide, but these are the first two in North America, and Chimney Hollow is by far the largest.
The project also includes a 40-foot high saddle dam. Think of it like a small backup barrier at the southern end. But why go with an asphalt core when most dams in the US use clay? Well, there just wasn't enough clay available where this reservoir is being built. Normally, clay comes from the rocks that get excavated during construction, but this time, not enough. Now, here's how it all started. First, they build a temporary cofferdam to set the stage for the main dam. To do that, they had to remove 2 million cubic yards of soil and 500,000 cubic yards of rock to clear the way for the dam's massive 80-acre foundation.
Cubic yards, slightly smaller than cubic meters, isn't it?
Then came the concrete plinth. This is the dam's base, a solid foundation that connects to something called a grout curtain. Oh, and just so you know, the grout curtain is a barrier created by injecting a mix of water and cement into the ground to seal it. This keeps the reservoir from leaking and ensures the foundation stays put. The asphalt core itself will meet the concrete plinth at the base. The dam will be built as a rock-fill structure, meaning it's made of a mix of rocks and gravel with a hydraulic asphalt concrete core running through the center. Essentially, it's super strong and super watertight. And we can't forget about the spillway. When water levels get too high, like during heavy rain or snowmelt, the spillway steps in, giving excess water a safe route out of the reservoir. It's all about preventing flooding in the surrounding areas. So that covers the dam's construction, but there's still one big question. How's it going to get its water? At the heart of it is a super complex tunneling system designed to connect the reservoir to its water sources. We're talking about an inlet and outlet structure, an upstream channel with a grout chamber, a fancy valve system, and even a downstream channel. Even a 2,000-foot tunnel was laid down, and 5,000 cubic yards of reinforced concrete were brought in to build the inlet and outlet structure. But what about the water supply? Well, they've got that covered too. Multiple 126-inch steel pipes, along with 72-inch steel offtake, were delivered to channel water to the reservoir. But the water has to cross some serious terrain to finally make it to the Chimney Hollow Reservoir. The dam's location near the CBT project infrastructure was carefully chosen. The primary water source is the Windy Gap Reservoir on the west slope. From Windy Gap, water is collected and pumped 6 miles through a piping system to Lake Granby. There, the CBT infrastructure takes over, moving the water through Shadow Mountain Reservoir and Grand Lake to the Adams Tunnel. The water then travels 13.1 miles through the tunnel, passing 4 reservoirs and 3 power plants before finally reaching the Chimney Hollow Reservoir.
That sounds like a very long one. It got it from like National Park as well, isn't it?
Filling the reservoir will take about 3 years, starting in July 2025. This extended timeline is due to the need to collect 90,000 acres of water, which depends on seasonal snowmelts and weather conditions. The gradual process allows for careful monitoring of the dam's structural integrity and ensures compliance with water rights and environmental protections. As you can imagine, building something like this is no small task. It required a massive amount of materials and a non-stop construction process. Construction relies on Colorado's largest mining operation, which processes up to 63,000 tons of rock daily. This material is used to build the dam's massive rock-filled structure. For the dam itself, they used nearly 16 million cubic feet of rock-fill material and 100,000 cubic yards of asphalt concrete. And this wasn't your everyday road asphalt. This mix was specially made on site, combining high bitumen content with fine aggregate. The result was a more flexible but durable material designed to stop water leaks. Engineers call it watertightness. The Saddle Dam required about 135,000 cubic yards of rockfill and 40,000 cubic yards of clay. As for the spillway, it needed roughly 9,000 cubic yards of concrete. The Chimney Hollow Reservoir may have sparked a lot of questions, but it's providing solutions to even bigger problems. So what's your take on this ambitious project? Did the authorities make the right call? Let us know in the comments. While you're here, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more mega build stories. Thanks for watching. See you.
Okay. Did they make a good call? Honestly, we probably won't learn till like years ahead. And obviously they need the water from somewhere. It's not like they'd be buying bottles for thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. So it's probably a good choice, but I don't know. It's most of the time, most of the builds and stuff like that. At the beginning, it's always being considered a good choice. Obviously, they have some. He mentioned that's like environmental talks and things like that. So yeah, I don't know. I would love to see how that's gonna end up and how it's gonna look. I don't know, after 5 years or something like that. Talking about the environment around that valley and what they're gonna do, because they could do like some kind of tourism around it, like water sports and things like that, to kind of like try to put some money into getting from that to actually upkeep it, maybe. So that would be kind of a good idea, I think. But we'll see. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.